Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? So I like to explain real quick, especially, I don't know if I've read for you before, but I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. So I try to just figure out what they're showing in the picture and describe it to you the best way I can. They never waste a message. There's always a reason for whatever they show or say. So if it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind because you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, "Oh, I know what he's talking about." So, and this is not an exact science. We communicate the best way we can. So sometimes you got to think outside the box a little bit because they won't give me all the details because the details are none of my business. They'll give me enough so hopefully you catch on to what they're talking about. Um, so it's their show. I let them run the ball game within reason. They know what they need to say. So we're going to talk to Ryan. Okay, so he wants to talk about the dream with the construction vest on. He's building something. He's building something. He's not. He's building. What are you building? What he's building isn't physical. He's building. Hang on, let me ask him a couple questions. Well, I don't know exactly what he's building. He's working hard, so that's part of it. But he's shown me one time I was astral traveled, I would say, and my Bob took me to a city, and it looked like a golden city. It looked like it had a big high wall around it, and everything looked golden, and I can see that same city off in the background. Is that literally the highest point of heaven? Not sure. I was not allowed to go in it. Um, he's standing a ways outside of that, but he's working towards, he's building towards helping you get to that. I don't know if that's going to make any sense or not. I know this sounds pretty far out there. He's building towards helping people. He's going to help people build towards getting to the golden city, doing things in their life here that they need to do to lift their vibration, better themselves to get to the go. So he's not physically building anything. He says, I am too. I'm building a walkway. I know that sounds out there, but I can only tell you what he tells me. He loves you. He's showing himself laying on his side on a bed, just laying there, not touching you, but he's laying there. So you should, if you haven't, you will. And I don't know how recent his passing is, but the more grief that you have, grief, the deep grief, it's hard for you to get the signs and the feelings when you're in that really deep grief, when that starts lightening up, which makes no sense to me because that's when you need it. And it just, to me, it seems backwards. But once that lightens up a little bit, then you'll start you should feel him lay down in that bed, or you should feel like there's somebody laying there behind you, because he's on his right side, you're on your right side. He's showing you on the left side of the bed, he's on the right side of the bed. You're both on your right side, so he's facing you, you're facing the wall. Don't know if that makes any difference, but you might feel like somebody's sitting on the bed. You might feel like there's somebody there. He's staying back because he doesn't want to scare you or creep you out. He's not even projecting his love from there. It's like you're this far apart because he doesn't want to scare you. But usually they'll at least push their love over there or something. But he's kind of staying in his own little spot, totally, energy and all. Wanting to reach his arm out and touch you, but he's afraid to. And if he does reach out and touch you, it'll be, the shoulder will be up and you could feel goosebumps. You could feel a pressure on there. You could actually feel, one time when I was bawling hysterically on the couch, I felt somebody go, "Knock it off, Rhonda." And I mean, hit me pretty hard. It felt like the palm of a hand. So you could feel that, but we don't have hands anymore. So it's their energy, and I never know how you're going to perceive the energy. So he's laying there not sure whether to do anything. You need to tell him. I promise you 1,000%. He can hear you, he can see you. So if you want him to reach out and touch you, if you want him to make his presence known, tell him. Talk to him. Ask him. Give him permission. Tell him you won't be scared. A lot of times I see them standing across the room in somebody's house. Sorry, they make me itch when they get close. And they don't know whether to step forward because they don't want to scare you. They don't want to creep you out. They don't want you to think your house is haunted when it's just your loved one there. He says you will know when the time is right to move. And he says it's not very far. You probably should move away from the memories, get something fresh and clean, but he will go with you if you allow him. That's totally your free will choice. Invite him in if that's what you want. Tell him it's okay, you're giving him permission. No, you're not holding me here. Haven't heard them say that for a while. People get the idea that, oh, if I talk to him all the time, or if I miss them too much all the time, that I'll hold them here, keep them from going where they need to go. No, you can't tie a rope on them. I mean, you can't. They're going to go wherever they need to go and do whatever it is they need to do. You're not holding him here. But he'll still be here when he needs to be. Okay, he's talking about the smell of smoke. So I don't know if you used to smoke something. You'll get that little whiff of smoke, and you can be in the store, in your car, in your yard, in your house. Doesn't matter where you are, you get that little whiff of smoke just out of the blue. Validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, ask him to bring you more if you want more. Give him permission. So that'll be a sign from him, and they do smells a lot because it's really easy for them to do. That'll be him just stopping in to say, I'm here, checking on you, I love you. Excuse me, I've been a little sick lately. He's showing he's showing himself. He's got a rake, like to rake leaves in the yard, that kind of rake. But he's leaning on it. He's not doing shit with it. He says, I don't want to work anymore. I'm tired of working. He's leaning on this rake. So I don't know if you've recently been out to rake leaves, or if he used to rake leaves a lot. So there's something to do with the raking the leaves. Excuse me. But he's just standing there watching you with so much love in his eyes. He's just watching you. So he's stepped back. Well, not that he ever stepped forward, really. I don't think he has. But he's standing there just loving watching you. He said he's watching the shit show too. And he's shaking his head. Like, what is wrong with people? He says for you to stay out of that mess, it's not good for anybody. Don't get involved. So I don't know if you have some friends that are getting involved in some of the stuff going on right now. He says step back, stay away from it. He said it's stupid, dangerous. Okay, let's move away from that subject. He seems to be leaning towards, is there family you can go stay with? Something about going home and staying with the family. I don't know if he means for a visit or long term. You could use the support. You could use the peace of not having all the bills. I will go with you if you want me to. Okay, he's going like this. He's not telling me why. They don't always tell me why when they show me something. So this is, and I hate to sound wishy-washy. So this is either your phone's going to ring, he's going to show up on your phone. He's either his number's going to light up, his number's going to call you. You're going to get some kind of a message that sounds like it's from him or it's from his phone or something, or somebody out of the blue is going to call you. He's not saying, but I feel like it's one of those. Somebody out of the blue, maybe you haven't heard from forever, that will be good for you to connect with. Or it could be both, because I'm feeling both of those. You know how we never take that person's phone number out of our phone. I still got mine in there from 9 years ago. My Bob. Okay, he wants me to explain, when we come to this earth, we come with a predestined exit point. This is what they've taught me. It could be when you're 1 day old, could be when you're 100 years old. The timeline can vary a little bit depending on what's going on with people around you, what lesson they're going to learn, how this is going to happen. And I'm not sure if we actually know how we're going to leave at that point, but we know at that point that it's going to happen. So this was his time to go, and he chose this way. And I believe most of the time we choose how we leave before we get here, and it's supposed to be, so what did you learn from it? It's a lesson. What did you learn from it? You have to look for, it's gonna, I know you may not like this, but you have to look for the silver lining. What are you learning from this, the experience, what's going on around you after this experience? He says, don't let go of that necklace. You have a necklace of his, something he used to like to wear around his neck. He says, don't let go of that. I love you very much. You were my bright light. I did not treat you well enough. And for that, I am apologizing now, when I should have apologized when I was here. I should have been better to you. I thought a lot of myself first, instead of you first. which actually we're supposed to think of ourselves first, but not in an ego way. You made me happy. I took you for granted. I did not thank you enough, but I'm thanking you now. So remember that. Love those around you deeper and thank them now while you're still here. So you don't have to go find somebody like Rhonda to come back and tell them that you're sorry, that you love them. Thank you. He said he picked me. He picked me to bring this message to you. You think you picked me? He picked me. I'm not sure I might have heard one other one say that before. You know how beautiful your hair is. So I don't look at anybody's Facebook page before I do a reading because it messes up what little logical mind I have. But he's sorry I got interrupted. Now I'm not sure where I was. I know we were talking about your hair. So he's smelling your hair. He's showing your hair is longer. I don't know what your hair looks like. Like I said, I don't creep people's Facebook page because it messes what little logical mind I have, seeing stuff ahead of time. But he bends down and he's smelling your hair. So you might hear him sniffing. You might feel your hair move a little bit. You might feel his breath there. I'm not sure because he's not really showing me other than like just smelling your hair, like just almost just sucking it in. He says you're a beautiful person. He says you need a new life. You need something fresh. You need something new. You need something to brighten your life up. Excuse me. Okay, I don't know if you guys have kids, but he's showing me a little girl. I don't know how old. 5, 6, 7, 8, I don't know. Somewhere in that category. Little girl. She has pale skin, long blonde hair. She almost slim, beautiful. She almost feels like an angel. Like, I don't know that he's saying that she's with him. He's not making it clear if this little girl is here or there. So if this little girl is there, she's got really, really white skin. Really like milky, smooth, beautiful. If she's there, then she belongs to either you or somebody close to you that has lost a child, and he's trying to let somebody know that she's okay. And they'll do that sometimes. I don't feel like the child belongs to him. There's a reason. There's a reason for everything they do or show or say. And if it makes any difference, she's dressed in what I would say is a nightgown. And she's standing sideways, and I really can't see her face. She's just very peaceful, very much at peace, whoever this is. He's asking. He's asking you to make brownies. So I don't know if that's something you made for him that he really loved, or maybe he made them for you. Know that the smell of brownies will also be a sign. You'll smell those brownies, same thing, car, store, doesn't matter where you're at. When you get that whiff, acknowledge him, validate him, let him know that you know that's him. Because that kind of opens the door and they go, oh, they're getting the signs, now I'll bring you more. He's very laid back. He's very peaceful. He's very laid back. Birthday. Somebody's birthday's coming. Somebody's birthday's coming real quick. His, yours, somebody very close to you. And he's acknowledging that. He said he will be there. So watch for a sign from him, whoever's birthday that is, coming like real quick. Okay, he's at the kitchen window, and even if there isn't a window, he's where you're at right now. He's showing me kitchen sink, window there. You may not have one there in your apartment. It could be a wall. But he's showing me a butterfly on the windowsill. So I'm not sure where this is at. If you don't have a window, show me a butterfly sitting on the windowsill. And that'll be another sign. Of course, we have the universal signs, you know, coins, feathers, butterflies. And I always ask them to bring something unique, something that's not just general, that everybody knows. Oh, he's making me itch. He's close. This one happens to be an orange butterfly. Mine are white butterflies. And it took me like 10 times to go into the cemetery and having a white butterfly circle me every time I went out there. Where's my sign? Where's my sign? It was there all the time. Till finally one day I went, Rhonda, seriously, you got your sign every time. So the orange butterfly can be in a movie, it can be on Facebook, it can be on a billboard. It doesn't matter. You can be walking through Walmart and feel your head pulled to the side and there might be a fake orange butterfly stuck in a plant or something. Know that that is still a sign. Make sure you tell him you love him and ask him to bring you more. Road race. Road race, road rage. Road race. Showing somebody behind the wheel driving too fast. Darting in and out of traffic. Did you just recently do that? You've been driving too fast? I heard road race, road rage. Or it's like you're driving real fast because you're pissed off. Maybe that's it. I'm not so sure that you're pissed off at the traffic as you are at maybe him or something else. And you're driving down like a freeway and you're darting in and out of traffic like, fuck this, fuck that. Hitting the steering wheel. You're pissed off at him. He knows it. He accepts it. He said, I understand. It's okay. We'll get through this. He's going to be a great guide for you. Promise you, I don't know if I've already said this, promise you 1,000%. He can hear you, he can see you. Talk to him. Ask him to bring things that you need in your life. And you don't even always have to have a picture of what it is you want. Just say, I want more peace in my life, or I want a better job, or I want this and I want that. And then allow them. He can help do that from up there. Allow them to drop the stuff in front of you, and then it's your choice to accept it or not, because we have free will choice. They can't make us do anything. They can bring us all the great shit we want, and we can go, yeah, no, I don't want it. I'm going to do something else. Asking to help. He said you're still partners. Quit making me itch. You're just partners in different ways. In a different way. It's still a relationship. It's just a different relationship. You're going to feel him around you. And I don't know how you'll receive the energy because everybody receives it different, but it's like I can feel the energy change, get more dense behind me where he's at. You can feel, you know how when somebody walks in the room, you don't see them, but you feel them come in, you turn around and look and go, oop, there you are. It's the feeling of the energy. It could give you goosebumps, it could make your hair stand up on your arms. He's going to try to bring you a total sense of love and peace. And when they really, really put it on you, when they really get the energy through to you, I don't even know how to explain it. It literally brings me to tears because it's the most beautiful feeling in the world. It's actually not like anything you feel here. He said he's working on that. He's not quite sure how to do it yet, but he's working on that. And then he's going back to the construction vest, working on building it. I love you very much. And it sounded like he said sugar, sugar, sugar spice, sugar. I can't quite catch it, what he's saying afterwards. So it's some pet name that he had for you. I may be way off base by the sugar. I stink at names, and that counts for nicknames too. I don't know why. That's the one thing I can't seem to do right, and I keep saying it, and I keep making it worse. Oh, he's singing a song. Hang on. Okay, he's singing the song. Somebody's watching me. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Da da da. So he's singing that to you, and he's got a big smile on his face. The song's a little bit creepy. It's more of a stalker song, but he's watching you. He is. And only good will come from it. It's not in a creepy way like the song is. But that's why he's got the big smile on his face. He wants you to know that he's watching you. So go Google that song, YouTube it, whatever you want to do. That song may even pop up on the radio. He's kind of bouncing around like he's bouncing to the music. He's nice, calm, peaceful, good, happy. Not happy that he left you, but happy. He's where he needs to be at this time. He says to tell you he made it, that you wanted to know he made it. And he loves you very deeply. And once again, he's saying, I'm sorry. I should have paid more attention to you when I was here. But I'm going to do it now. Okay, he's leaving. He's blowing you kisses. He's also dropping rose petals that I saw red ones, now I see yellow ones. So either one of those, or even just a rose petal, you could be walking somewhere. It doesn't even matter if you're in Walmart or something and you see a fake rose petal that is fallen on the floor and it's right in front of you. Pick it up and keep it. It's from him. So you could be outside going down a sidewalk and you can see a rose petal or two. You can see it on TV. Doesn't matter where it's at. It's another sign. Let him know you got it. Okay, much love to you, my dear. See you later. Thank you for allowing me to be his voice. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved one.